What's up, Wargamers? We've got a very exciting video for you tonight. This matchup was filmed at our new studio location, and I want to give a big shout out to our new production partners, Jared and Jeremy, for making this thing happen. I had an absolute blast a couple weeks ago filming a series of battle reports for you guys to see, and I'm very excited for you to see the new space. By the way, tonight's video is sponsored by Baron of Dice. You're going to want to stick around until after the first battle round so I can show you some amazing deals that you can unwrap for the holidays. But for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at Rage Baby Studio. We've got a very exciting matchup for you today, but first I want to introduce Jeremy, fellow Rage Baby tournament teammate, and he is also the production partner for our new studio. So I'm very excited to have you back on the channel, buddy, and I'm so excited that we finally get to play a game together.
Absolutely.
We see each other at tournaments all the time, but we've never gotten matched up together. So this will be our first game, and this is a very exciting matchup. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're doing today?
Yeah, we have Belthanos from the Sylvaneth army and Ionus Cryptborn from the Stormcast from the new Dawnbringers book. And so really excited to see trees versus dragons today.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. To me, it seems a lot like Fern Gully, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to burn it down, and you're going to try to defend against the industrialist corporation.
Yep.
So it's going to be great. If you're new to the channel, please take time to like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. It's going to help us bolster this new studio, and it's going to help us get more content to you, which is what it's all about. We want to give you the best content that we possibly can. So with all that being said, Jeremy, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the armies.
Absolutely.
Thank you to all of our members for supporting this channel, especially the Lords and Commanders. If you're interested in extra battle reports and helping to support this channel, hit the link in the description box below. Go check out our channel partners, Baron of Dice and Grey Matter Games. They have some amazing products. There will be promo codes and links in the description box below. We are very excited to get the Draconith Skywing on the table today. It's all about the two big dragons and Ionus. The two big dragons are going to be battle line, and I have access to some fun monstrous actions, and I have a specific set of battle traits and battle tactics. Krondus is going to be the general in this list. His command trait allows him to make a d6 move after the combat phase if he's out of combat, and he can use that to move into units, which is kind of cool. He's going to know Flaming Weapon on his jaw attacks, and he is also going to know Atavistic Tempest, which is a great kind of Swiss Army knife spell. He reduces attacks and is just a beat stick. I have Ionus in the list. It's all about him. This is his Army of Renown. He is going to be a 2-chanter. He is going to know the prayer to heal a flat 3 to one of my units, and then he has a War Scroll prayer that allows me to do damage to multiple units. He has lots of wounds. He can pass off wounds to Stormdrake Guard, and he also reduces attacks by 1. Karazai is in the list. He's the biggest damage dealer with those 6 big jaw attacks at -3 rend and 3 damage, reducing attacks by 1, flame breath, and he gets buffs throughout the course of the game when he kills units. He's just absolutely amazing. I love taking him, so we'll see how he does today. To fill out my battle line, I have 1 unit of 2 Stormdrake Guard with lances. These guys have a 4-up spell ignore. Once per battle, they can reroll charges. They're going to be doing extra rend and damage when they charge in, and they also can just eat units after the combat phase, which is kind of fun. I have 1 single-out dragon to fill out the list, and he's just going to be running around nabbing objectives and still kind of tanky with just 1 model, which is what we're going to need. There's also an Aether Void Pendulum in this list that's not pictured. So there is the Army of Renown Draconith Skywing. Let's see what Jeremy brought.
All right, the army I'm bringing today are the Sylvaneth. The sub-faction is Heartwood. I make my Kurnoth Hunters battle line, and I'll be able to get +1 hit against 3 separate units. Season of War that I'm bringing is the Dwindling. I'll be able to reroll Casting, Unbinding, and Dispels. My general today is the Warsong Revenant. The command trait that he has is Spell Slinger. I'll be able to cast through trees. The artifact is the Vesperal Gem to help guarantee a cast from the Spell of the Woods, which I will be bringing Virtuous Harmony. That is a spell to hopefully heal and bring back my Kurnoth Hunters. Then I've got Belthanos. This guy I'm super excited to get on the table. He's a beautiful model. He's going to be giving my units run and charge. He'll be able to change the ability on a terrain piece, and just he's a beat stick. So hopefully he'll be doing some great damage during my battle. And then we've got the Arch Revenant. He's a support piece. He'll be giving +1 wound to my Kurnoth Hunters, and he has a command ability to give +1 attack to a Sylvaneth unit. Then I've got the Kurnoth Hunters with Size. These bad boys do rend 3, damage 2. This is going to be a key hammer unit in my army to hopefully take down some dragons. Then I've got the Kurnoth Hunters with bows. I need a little bit of range damage in my list. These guys are great for that with a 30-inch range and hopefully whittle down some of those wounds and clean them up in combat. Then I've got 2 units of 5 tree revs. These guys are to help me teleport around the board, capture objectives, and hopefully get some battle tactics along the way. And that's my army, so let's take a look at the battle plan.
Today's battle plan is no reward without risk. This is a 5-objective battle with deploys split on separate quarters of the battlefield. The special rule for this one is feedback overload. When a wizard is slain, you're going to roll a dice. If it's a 4-up, every unit that's within a number of inches equal to the wounds characteristic is going to take D3 mortal wounds and will roll separately for each unit. We're going to be scoring hold 1, hold 2, hold more, battle tactics, and grand strategies. My grand strategy is going to be superiority of the sky. I need to have 3 Draconith units wholly within 9 inches of each other by the end of the battle.
My grand strategy today is going to be spell casting savant. My general is the Warsong Revenant. He is an Andorian Locust, and I need to keep him alive at the end of the battle.
All right, 2 very doable grand strategies. Let's go ahead and see who has initiative. All right, we are here from taking a look at the armies. I hope you guys are as hyped about this as me. I'm so excited to see these 2 models fully painted and put in the battlefield. And I got to tell you, Jeremy, that is a beautiful Belthanos.
Oh, well, thank you.
He's beautiful and terrifying at the same time.
Right, good combination.
Absolutely. So, Jeremy, you had initiative because we're both single drop armies.
Yeah.
So you decided to give me the first turn.
I did. You're kind of back far enough away where I kind of want to see what you do, and I don't think you're going to get into me. We'll see.
Yeah. We both can yeet if we want to, but I don't feel like a yeet turn 1 is the way to play this. So I'm going to probably play a little conservative. We did have some pre-battle stuff that you did. You got to pick 3 units that your army gets a +1 to hit against. Which units did you pick?
I picked Ionus, I picked Karazai, and I picked your unit of 2 dragons right up here.
Absolutely. So he's going to get a buff against them. That's very helpful. And then also you picked some overgrowns. That's part of your battle traits. So which one did you pick as overgrown?
I picked this one over here, close to my Awakened Wildwood, and then I picked this one here that's kind of center board, and then here one off to the side, just in case I need to throw a unit back, off to the side and get it out of harm's way.
Absolutely. So we went ahead and generated command points and primal dice. I have 1 primal dice. He has 1. I have 2 command points plus 1 plus 1 that I got with heroic leadership. And then for your heroic action, you did leadership.
I did as well for Belthanos, so he's got an extra command point as well.
I think that is it. We're going to do my battle tactic. My battle tactic is going to be magical dominance, and I'm going to cast a spell of Krondys. He can cast uninhibited because he is outside of 30 of any heroes. So that's what we're going to go with. He is +3. There's always a chance that I could roll double 1s, but I don't care, man. I'm just going to go for it. Full send, baby.
You have to.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into that now. He's just going to go ahead and try to cast himself a Mystic Shield. All right, that is a 12, so it's going to go off. And I will give the Mystic Shield to this white dragon right here in the
Okay.
I don't really want to try to cast Arcane Bolt and risk a miscast, even though the chance is very low. Okay. So I'm just going to stick with that 1 spell, and then we're going to move over to
Ionus there.
Yep. He has a heal for flat 3, which is what I gave him, and then he also has a prayer that affects units within 18. So he also is not going to use that this turn. And we don't have any other hero phase stuff to do, which is great when you have 6 models in your army.
Yeah.
So
pretty elite.
I've completed my battle tactic, and I'm already holding 1-2 more. So I'm just going to do some shuffling around the board to shore up my defenses for a potential double turn, and then we will be back to show you what I did. All right, we are back from my very fast turn. I don't have enough damage output to really chip into your army, Jeremy, if I try to go full send. Yeah. So I just went ahead and got max points by getting my battle tactic and holding 3 objectives. I'm not standing on this one anymore, but I had control of it at the beginning of the battle because of the way that we can deploy, which is nice. What I did is I moved my 2 units of Storm Great Guard within 3 inches of both of the overgrown to deny you teleportation.
I can tell you have played against Sylvaneth before.
Quite a few times, yes. Shout out to Mike. You know what's up, Michael. I've played his army so many times. And then we've got the juiced up dragon over there with Mystic Shield, so hopefully he doesn't take any damage from shooting, and if he gets charged, hopefully he can survive. Krondys, Karazai, Ionus are just standing in a death ball of death right in the center. They move 14 inches, they have shooting at range and all that stuff, so we're just going to keep them there and walk with 5 points without taking any damage.
I think I'm going to go Surround and Destroy.
And which 3 units are going to be doing those?
Okay, I'm going to be doing it with, I got 1 unit of tree revs, this unit of tree revs, and my Warsong Revenant. I think I would like to cast trees with my Warsong Revenant.
Okay.
I'm going to need a 6, and he gets a natural +1 to casting.
Okay.
And you don't have anything with an unbind range, correct?
No unbinds for me.
Okay. Here we go. And I got a 4, 5, 6, 7, so it goes off. I'm going to be casting through the trees. So I'll be measuring 18 inches off of this tree here.
Okay. All right, Jeremy has cast a tree onto the battlefield, and we're going to continue with casting. You got 2 more casts because you're an Andorian Locust Focus.
That's right, and I went second. So,
Yep. So you got 2 more spells.
Yep. I think we're going to cast Mystic Shield onto the Kurnoth Hunters with size, and I'll be casting through the tree, so measuring 12 inches. I've got a nice little bubble around them. So let's see what we get here. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Goes
so
off.
Get some Mystic Shield. I think I'm just going to Arcane Bolt him.
Okay.
And I do. The other thing I want to do with Belthanos is he's got this great ability where he picks a terrain feature within 6 inches and he rolls a dice, and I believe it's on a 3. I get to change the Mystic Terrain ability on it.
All right.
So I think I'm going to pick this one right here, which is already deadly, and let's see if we can change it, which I do.
Nice.
I think I want to give it Mystical so that my units get a 6-up ward.
Good play.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
So I think we can roll right into the movement phase.
All right, we're going to move some stuff, and then we'll show you what he did. Movement phase complete. Tell me what you did with these 2 units of tree revenants.
All right, so I definitely teleported them all the way in this corner. There's actually 2 units right here, and the reason I did that is because one is 6 inches from this border, and one is 6 inches from that border edge.
Yep, that is some big brain stuff right there. And then let's go to your general before we look at the rest of your army.
Yep, so he's going to keep 6 inches from this border edge. He's nice and protected, so keeping him there, don't need to move him.
Absolutely. And then let's go look at your Death Ball of Death. Let's start with Belthanos.
Okay, so Belthanos just kind of creeped up and tippy-toed, put his toe right on this point. He counts as 5. He is a monster. And then I auto-ran my scythes. I wanted to get over here so I could tag this objective and create a nice little screen for my army. My Arch Revenant, he flies, moves 12 inches, so he just kind of flew in this little bubble right here, hopefully giving a nice little +1 to wound bonus to all my Kurnoth Hunters here. And my bows, playing a little cagey, but just move them up just a little bit so they can get a little bit more range on their bows.
Excellent, sounds good. So that is the whole movement phase. Let's go ahead and get set up for shooting. All right, Jeremy, you have some Kurnoth Hunters with bows chilling. Who are they going to shoot into?
All right, well, with their 30-inch shot, I'm going to be shooting into that unit of dragons right there.
Yep.
Would you like to alt defense?
I think I will, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do an all-out D, so I'll go down to 2 command points.
I don't have to all-out attack because they were one of the units that I picked for a +1 to hit. So with my bows, I usually hit on 4s. Right now I'm going to be hitting on 3s. I'm also going to get the buff from the Arch Rev, so I'll be wounding on 2s. So got a reroll there. Okay. And now we're looking for 2s. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming at you, sir. And those are Rend 1.
Okay, so we're looking for 3s here, and then we are standing on mystical terrain, so I'll double up whatever I fail because they're 2 damage, and then we'll roll wards. So we failed 3, that's going to be 6 damage.
Yep, 2
and then
each.
we got a 6-up ward, and we're going to shrug 2, so we'll take 4 damage.
Okay.
We'll give them a wound marker, and then are you going to have any charges to do, good sir?
You know what? My charges are not going to happen this turn, so
Okay,
I think we're just going to
figured.
hold tight and see who wins the initiative.
All right, we will snap on, score Jeremy up, and roll off for initiative. We are back for the most exciting first battle round you've ever seen in your life. I bet you guys are just shaking in your boots at how much damage just happened. So that is the end. You scored 4 points.
Yes, I did.
You played pretty conservative. I like it. Your army functions nice in a castle, so good on you. Hold 1, 2, and completed your battle tactic of surround and destroy.
Okay.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and roll off and see who has initiative. All right, good luck to you.
Good luck to you. That's you, sir.
Okay, I'm going to think about who's going to go first here. We'll be back for the top of battle round 2, mystery. All right, guys, it's the calm before the storm. The dragons are inching ever closer to the Kurnoth hunters, and I'm going to tell you right now, things are about to get pretty crazy. We got to take a second and talk about Baron of Dice and his holiday sale, which he's deemed the naughty list. Right now, you can get yourself up to 30% off select dice designs on the website, and the great thing about this is you don't even need a promo code. Just go ahead and hit this link down below. I'm going to pin it in the comments and put it in the description box. Make sure to use the link so Baron of Dice knows who sent you. Guys, you don't want to sleep on some of these designs because they're not going to be around forever, and I want you to elevate your game, dominate the tabletop, and roll as many ones as I do. With that being said, let's go ahead and get back to the battle. All right, Jeremy, we are back from the roll-off. I decided to give you the turn because I'm just going to be very defensive and see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and get into your turn. Before we do, we did some pre-phase stuff. I have 3 command points plus 1 conditional on Karazai. For my heroic action, I did Finest Hour with Karazai. And then we have no primal dice. And then what did you do?
I'm starting the game off with 2 command points. I tried to get an extra one with Belthanos, which I did. Battle tactic I'm going to try to complete is Intimidate the Invaders. I just need to have more units outside of my deployment zone than in, and I think I can pull that off.
All right, let's go ahead and cast some spells now. What do you want to start with?
All right, I'm going to cast trees.
Okay, I have no unbinds, so go ahead.
Okay, I need a 6 with the Warsong Rev. He gets +1. There is a 10, which is fantastic.
Okay, we'll set that up and show you where you put it.
I am ready to cast some Unleash Swarm of Spites out of that tree. I really wish I had some primal dice to help me guarantee this spell off, because this will do some pretty good damage, hopefully. I'm looking for a 7.
There you go, an 11.
The dice gods have smiled upon me.
So you're going to get to roll 11 dice for each enemy unit that is within 9 inches of that tree, and each 5 up is a mortal wound. So we're going to do that, and then after he resolves all of those mortal wounds, we'll come back and tell you what happened. We have resolved Unleash the Swarm of Spites. White Dragon took 3 mortal wounds. Karazai took 3 mortal wounds. My General took 5 mortal wounds, and the Black Dragons took 2 mortal wounds.
13 mortals altogether, I think. So
not bad.
Not too shabby.
So that was a pretty good use of 2 spell casts. I think it is time to turn a terrain feature into something.
You know what? Let's go with let's try to turn that one into a mystical right here, and I'm going to need a 3, which I do. Okay. So we will turn that to mystical.
Beautiful. So he's just got really good coverage with 6-up ward saves now, which is great for Sylvaneth because they traditionally don't have a good ward save or any ward save at all.
We're ready to go into movement.
We'll be right back. Jeremy, we're done with your movement phase. Tell me what you didn't do with the Warsong Revenant.
The Warsong Revenant loves that corner of the board. He loves to hang out there. He is staying there.
Okay, sounds good. And then let's go center of mass. What do you got going on with all your Kurnoths?
Okay, the Kurnoth Hunters with bows just kind of moved up a little bit. I didn't want to run them because I still want to shoot with them. My Kurnoth Hunters with size used Belthanos' command point to auto-run. So they were able to really move up there and hopefully make a charge off your dragon. You smartly redeployed and unfortunately rolled, what, a 1?
Yep, I rolled a 1.
Yep. And then Belthanos moved, so did the Arch Revenant, and again, my battle tactic was Intimidate the Invaders, so I'm just trying to get those units on outside of my deployment zone, and then I teleported one of the Tree Rev units to kind of create a nice little screen in front of Belthanos and the Arch Rev, and this other Tree Rev unit, I just kind of, I was deciding whether or not I should play more aggressive, create another screen, but you know what, I think I'm just going to keep them over there in that back corner, and they'll come out and play another day.
All right, sounds good. So that is the whole movement. Let's go ahead and get set up for shooting. All right, Jeremy, the Black Dragons are taking flack from the Kurnoth Hunters again. I'm going to go ahead and throw an all-out D before you attack, and you are +1 to hit and wound because of your overlapping auras and buffs. So let's go ahead and see what happens.
Okay, I'm looking for 3s and 2s. Again, too many 1s and 2s for my liking, but them is the dice. And now we're looking for 2s. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ren 1 coming at you.
Okay, 3s. We fail 1, so we're going to take 2 damage, and then we've got a 6-up ward because we're standing on mystical terrain.
Nice
so
job.
We'll take a damage.
I was really hoping to drop one of those dragons with shooting. Gosh, in any other army, like my Kurnoth Hunters with bows perform, but with your army having a 3-up save across the board, they're a little nerfed.
Yeah. All right, that's going to be all the shooting. Let's go set up for charges. All right, Jeremy, we're looking at a charge here. You got a 7-inch charge to get to that white dragon. Let's see what happens.
Let's get that 7. That is a 7.
Beautiful, they're going in. All right, Jeremy has completed his charge. Because that is a dragon that could really get clapped, I'm going to try to use one of the new monstrous actions. This one disallows pile-ins greater than an inch, and it goes off on a 3. So let's see if we get it. Nope. So you can go ahead and make your full pile-in.
Okay. Sounds
so
great.
You can pile in and fight, and then we'll get going. Jeremy's going to count up his dice, getting ready to attack the dragon. He does have Mystic Shield. I'm going to give him an all-out defense as well. So he's going to be at a 1-up before Ren, so our save throws will be 4s against these -3 Ren size. All right, go nuts, Jeremy.
Okay, I am going to all-out attack.
Yep.
With them.
I was banking on the no pile-ins, but it didn't happen. So we're probably going to be saying goodbye to this poor single-out dragon. And he doesn't get to explode because I don't get Blades of Glory because this is an army of renown. So go nuts.
Okay, 2s and 3s. Okay, just dropped 1.
Nice roll.
It was a good roll. Now I'm looking for them 3s. Okay, let's pull a few dice out. A little bit more than I wanted to pull out, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ren 3 coming at you.
Okay, this is going to be save throws of 4s. He is going to take 4 damage. And he has no ward.
Yeah, those are 2 damage each.
Yep.
Those only 2 go through? Okay.
Yep. So he'll take 4 damage, and that's going to be 7 wounds suffered.
Gosh, you just ate a lot of damage, didn't you? Wow.
I did. I
thought I was going to at least drop a dragon this turn.
I was a lucky boy.
Well, I am going to strike and fade.
Oh, he's getting ready to fight you. I forget. No! Okay, get out of here.
Yeah. So
he's gonna set those up, and then we'll be back to start my turn. We'll talk about his strike and fade, and then we'll get going. Jeremy, we're back. Jeremy, we're back from your turn. What happened?
The size went in. You saved a ton of damage that was coming your way.
5 of 7 saves on 4 ups, so that was a little bit better than math, and I'm very grateful because it's nice to have a piece still on the battlefield.
Yes.
And then the shooting only did 1 damage into these guys because of their chunky 2-up save into that -1 Rend and mystical terrain. But you did score 4 points. You got your battle tactic, and you completed...
Intimidate the invaders.
Yep, and you hold 1 and 2 objectives, correct?
Yep.
All right, great. So we're going to go ahead and get into my turn, and I'm going to start with my battle tactic. My battle tactic is going to be Intimidate the Invaders.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have 3 of my dragon units out because I only have 5 units total, and then we're going to get into casting. We're going to first start with a prayer, and I'm going to use Ionus. He can either cast 1 or 2 prayers, or chant 1 or 2 prayers, I should say. If he picks 1, it auto goes off on a 6. So I'm going to choose to do that because my other prayer isn't in range. It's a damage prayer, and we're just going to heal Karazai for flat 3 wounds, which is going to bring him back to full health. With my heroic recovery, I also brought Krondus back up to only 2 wounds suffered. Mystic Shield with my boy, Krondus.
Okay.
Goes off with a 9. Okay. We are going to give the Mystic Shield to, let's give it to Karazai. The last thing I'm going to cast is an Arcane Bolt. Oh yes, on a 13. So we'll give an Arcane Bolt to Krondus.
Yep.
So that's it. We can go ahead and get into my movement. All right, I have finished my movement phase. The white dragon is standing on the objective and within an inch of this mystical terrain, and he's in range to shoot his fire breath into some stuff. So trying to just do as many jobs as he can before he dies, because he only has 2 wounds left. He shouldn't exist. Ionus is getting within range to do his damage prayer and also do some shooting. Karazai, being the crazy melee monster that he is going to try to fight Jeremy's entire army. And then Krondus is following behind him. I'm going to have to hold on to that Arcane Bolt this turn because I didn't get close enough. I have 1 black dragon in range to shoot and 1 black dragon out. So I'm just holding the midboard, trying to just stand on these 3 objectives with as many models as possible and start whittling away at some of Jeremy's units. So we're going to start by doing a little bit of shooting. All right, everybody, let's get ready for some swingy fire breath attacks. You never know what's going to happen with these fire attacks, so they're pretty fun. I'm going to roll a dice, and I'm going to target the Kurnoth Hunters. On a 3-up, I will do D3 mortal wounds. On a 5-up, I will do D6 mortal wounds.
And who's shooting?
The White Dragon going to shoot into the Kurnoth Hunters.
Okay, the scythes. Okay, yep. You got it.
He misses. Good talk.
Yeah.
Let's move over to some more fire breath. See Kronus' little head at the top of the screen. He's going to burn down that tree and hopefully hit some Kurnoth Hunters behind him. This is an 18-inch range. Same rules, except for 1 mortal wound happens on a 1 or 2 instead of nothing. So let's try it. It's 1 mortal wound into your Kurnoth Hunters.
All right. Sounds great.
Black Dragon into the same target. Let's see what happens.
Oh, there you go.
D6 means 1. Oh, I got 2. Here we go. Karazai, the angriest one of them all, is going to shoot into the same target.
See what you get.
That is a D3.
Not bad.
For 1.
For 1.
Karazai the Scarred is going to go hard in the paint and charge into a block of Kurnoth Hunters.
Ooh, 6. Does 6 do it? I think it does.
I think it does. Okay, Karazai the Scarred is within range of a lot of scythes, so the no pylons thing is not going to help me very much here. I think what I'm going to do instead is I am going to try to roar. All right, Karazai is going to fight into these Kurnoth Hunters. They're roared, so we're just going to go for it. I'm not going to use any commands because I'm going to try to be defensive. So this is 3s and 2s. Everything hits.
Nice roll.
5 at -3.
Okay. That's going to put me at 6s. Here we go. Save 1. How much damage is that each?
That will be 12 damage.
12 damage. All right, nice job.
Okay. We're going to do the Calamitous Tail now before we get too far, because I'll forget how many models were in range when I attacked. So there were 3 there, and then the rest of the Kurnoth Hunters were in range. And then we've got 1 more model.
Okay.
So this is going to be 7 attacks, 3s, 3s. Dropped some. Okay, 3 at -2.
Okay. These will be 5s. They all go through. How much damage?
Those are 2 damage apiece.
Okay, so 6 total.
And then 4 Ruinous Talons. This is 3s, 3s. Everything hits, and then this is going to be -2, too. 1 wound, -2.
Okay, 5s. Goes through, and how much damage?
Those are 2.
Okay.
You go ahead and fight me back, and I'll use a command point for all out D.
These are going to be 2s and 2s.
Okay.
Drop 2. And I've got 4 coming at you, run 3.
Okay, he's +2 to his save, so we're on 4s. He fails 1, so he'll take 2 damage.
Gosh, Karazai doing Karazai things.
And then your revs are in combat if they would like to pile in and fight.
No. I don't think so.
Okay. All right, well, I did some work. You do get to proc mortals on me. 2 dice, mortals on 4s.
4-ups. We got 1 coming at you.
Okay, he doesn't have a ward, so he'll just take another wound. Excellent, well, we did some stuff. Let's go ahead and get on the hero cam and score me up.
Okay.
All right, so we realized that the Kurnoth Hunters with bows were about 1 millimeter in to be able to pile into Karazai, so they're going to go ahead and fight into him now.
Yep, at this point, they got to do a little bit of work. It's be a shame to waste them. The nice thing is they're going to be +1 to hit because I picked Karazai as the unit for +1 to hit, and they are within the Kurnoth or the Arch Revs bubble, so these will be 2s and 2s.
Okay, great.
And I've got 4 coming at you, but that is no rend.
Okay, 2s. I failed 1, so
and that's
we'll take
1
another damage. Okay, that truly is the end. We'll be right back to score me up and roll off. We're back from my turn. I scored a mighty 5 points. I completed my battle tactic, and I hold 4 objectives currently. So we are going to get into a roll-off. The score is 8 to 10, man. And I could use a double.
Yeah,
I mean, if I don't get the double, it's fine.
This is going to be devastating against me.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Okay, good luck to you.
Okay, looks like it's going to be Draconus Skywing, top of battle round 3. Here we are for the top of battle round 3. The Draconus Skywing are going to descend on the trees, so let's see how it goes this turn. Score is 8 to 10. I have 2 command points plus 1 primal. I rolled for heroic recovery on Krondus, so he's topped off. And then you went for heroic leadership, but didn't get it. Nope. And then you got 3 command points because you're going second. Yep. You also did an Andorian Locust Focus to let the Arch Revenants, or I'm sorry, the Warsong Revenants get an extra cast. So we're going to go ahead and get into some things here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 prayers from Ionus. So I have to roll for these. On a 3-up, I'm going to heal that wounded white dragon by 3. Okay? No. And he takes a mortal wound. And then I am going to try to throw some lightning at you, and I need to find the rule. We were trying to do Lightning Tempest here. It's a range of 18. I pick a unit that is within range. It takes D3 mortal wounds, and then on a 3-up, it arcs to another unit, and that continues happening until it is unsuccessful. So,
and I think that's a really cool shooting or prayer.
Yeah.
I think that is
really
going to be really fun to watch go off.
3. Okay, it goes off. We're going to pick the, let's pick the scythes that are in combat first. So they're going to take D3 for 3. Okay. And then we're going to arc that one to the other Kurnoth Hunter unit on a 3-up. Yes. For 2 mortal wounds into the bow boys. That's going to hop on over to the Arch Revenant. And it fails. So that stops. For Krondus' cast, he's going to try to cast a Mystic Shield on to Karazai.
Okay. And I checked, I'm out of unbind range, so.
Okay. Okay, that goes off on a 14. So we'll give Mystic Shield back to the boy. Okay. And then his second spell is going to be Atavistic Tempest, and he is going to attempt to reduce the save characteristic of Belthanos. Okay. That goes off on a 14. So Belthanos is now -1 to his save. Okay. No other casting or healing or anything else to do but get into movement, so let's go for it. We have completed my movement phase. I just moved ever closer to the Sylvaneth army with my entire army. The White Dragon is right there on the left side. Ionus behind him. They can charge if they need to, but they will be in combat with Belthanos if I'm not careful. And then right here we've got Karazai, the Scarred, standing in combat. He did take an extra 3 mortal wounds after the Kurnoth Hunters fought because they have an ability that allows them to do that, so we put him up to 7 wounds. Krondus and the 2 black dragons moved here. I had to pull this one off the base because of this finicky terrain, so he's kind of standing back there. And we're just going to get set up for some shooting. Let's start with the 2 black dragons. Okay, the 2 black dragons are going to shoot into that last scythe right there. Let's see if we can do some damage into him. 1d3 and 1 miss for 1. Okay. Okay, the white dragon right here is going to shoot into the Kurnoth Hunters with bows. Okay. Just 1 shot. Good talk. Next dragon, Karazai is going to fire his fire breath into the lone Kurnoth Hunter. That's a d3 for 3.
Okay. He is gone.
Okay. 1 more flame breath coming from Krondus. This is going to go into the bows. That's a d6. Bows take 1. Okay. D6 means 1. Ionus is going to shoot his attacks into Belthanos. This will be 9 attacks, 3s, 3s, neg 2, 1, and then it has a debuff that's applied, but it won't matter because you can just lift it. Okay. So we're not going to worry about that because he heals in the hero phase. So just 3s and 3s. You want to all out D?
No, I think I'm going to save it.
Okay, sounds good. Probably a good call. I dropped a third of those and another third. So you got 3 at -2, and then you're -1 to your save, so 6 ups.
6 ups. They all go through.
Okay, single damage.
Okay. He has a 5-up ward and save 1 of those, so he's got 2 damage on him.
Great. The black dragons are going to do their once per battle reroll charges because they need to make some room for the big boy. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. That's a 9. That should be plenty. Okay, let's go Krondus. 7's good.
All right, nice job.
Okay, we're going to charge with the white dragon now. Let's see what he gets. 5. Okay, and then let's charge with Ionus as well.
Okay.
8's good. He's just going to go straight in, staying on that mystical terrain.
Okay.
So I'm not remembering if I called out my battle tactic, and this is an interesting one. It's out of the book. Focused destruction. You complete this tactic if the same enemy unit was picked as the target of 3 different monstrous rampages carried out by friendly Draconis Skywing units in this turn. So we're going to do 3 different monstrous rampages. So the first one that we're going to do is we are going to roar those Kurnoth Hunters. This is coming from the Black Dragons.
Okay.
It doesn't work. And then the next one we're going to do is we're going to do a -1 to wound on a 3-up from Krondus. That one does work, so there'll be -1 to wound. And then the last one that they're going to do is a stomp. And stomp's good.
Okay.
The 3 mortal wounds.
3. Okay.
We're going to do a couple more monstrous actions. We're going to try Impact Tremors from the White Dragon. This is going to be on a 3-up. Goes off, so Belthanos can only pile in an inch. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to Titanic Duel with the with Ionus Cryptborn. So that is it. We're going to go ahead and fire up with Karazai the Scarred first.
I'm going to roar at Ionus.
Okay, sounds good.
He's roared.
Ionus be roared. Okay. Okay, Karazai is going to fight into the Kurnoth Hunters with his big attacks, and then his tail attack is going to go into Belthanos. Real quickly, I'm going to count up the tail attacks that he has.
I will all-out defense Belthanos.
Let's start with the Annihilating Jaws into the Kurnoth Hunters. This is 6 attacks, 3s and 2s. Yeah, he's not bracketed yet, so 6 attacks, 3s and 2s. One at -3.
Okay, this will be 6s. Goes through.
That'll be 3 damage.
Okay.
And we'll do the Ruinous Talons. This is 4 attacks, 3s and 3s. Drop 2. 1 at -2.
1 at -2. This will be 5s. Goes through. 2 damage.
2 damage, yep. And then we've got 8 tail attacks going into Belthanos. These will effectively be Ren 3 because he's -1 to a save, so you'll be save rolls of 6.
With
save rolls
my
of 5.
all-out defense, 5.
Yes, all-out defense, yes. So 8, 3s and 3s. Okay, 3 saves at -2 into Belthanos.
Okay, 5s. Save 1 to go through. How much was that each?
Those are 2 damage.
2 damage each. And a 5 up board. And save 1 of them, so that's 3 damage.
Okay.
All right, with Belthanos being only able to do a 1-inch pile-in, I had to move towards Karazai because he's the closest model. And with my 2-inch range weapons, I'm able to hit him. I don't have to all-out attack because he's a model I picked, and I'll get the +1 wound from the Arch Rev. So I've got 4 attacks coming at you, 2s and 2s.
Okay, I will do an all-out defense with that Mystic Shield. I'll have a +2 before rend.
Okay. Two coming at you, and that is Ren 3.
Okay, 4s. Ooh!
Those are 3 each.
Okay, he takes 6 damage. He has now suffered a 13.
And then I've got razor-like mandibles. These are going to be 3s and 2s. Drop 1, and now I'm looking for 2s. I got 3 coming at you, rend 2.
Okay, this is going to be save rolls of 3, fail 1.
4 damage.
Okay, he has suffered 17. He's alive on a wound.
Oh no!
That was a chunky attack, though, through my +2 to save. Okay, this white dragon made a charge, so he's +1 to rend and damage for his lance. He is the unit leader because he's the only model in the unit, so we're going to have 7 attacks, and we're going to put all of these attacks into the Arch Revenant. How many wounds does the Arch Revenant have?
He's got 6.
Okay. I think I'll use my last command point for all-out attack right here. I'd like to try to get rid of the Arch Revenant, so let's see what we can do here. This is 2s and 3s. Drop 2, and then 3s. Make 3 saves at -2 into the Arch Revenant.
Okay, these are going to be 6s. I'll go through. How much damage each?
2 apiece.
Okay, 4 upward. All right, that is only 1 that went through.
Very good. So I did 1 mighty damage with my dragon. Seems great. Okay, the Kurnoth hunters with bows are going to fight into Karazai. +1 to hit and wound because he is one of the targets of the hunt.
All right, 2s and 2s. Dropped 1. And dropped 2 more. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming at you, no rend.
You got him!
I got him.
Nice
Here.
job.
A little tree bow went
Yeah.
right into him.
The thighs are like, damn it! We're not getting the trophy for today. Nice job. Krondus going into the Kurnoth hunters with bows. He's going to fight with his Apex Maw first. This is 3s and 2s, -2, 3. Two at -2.
Okay, so take me to 5s. Both go through. How much damage?
That'll be 6 damage.
6 damage.
So he's going to fight with his Drakelord's Talons and the tail at the same time. He had 4 tail attacks and there's 3 Drakelord Talons. So this is going to be 7 attacks, 3s and 3s. So you've got 3 at -2.
Okay, looking for 5s again. Save 1. How much damage each?
Those are 2 each, so 4 damage.
Okay.
So Jeremy's getting ready to fire up the Arch Revenant. Is going to go into the White Dragon. I forgot to do Dragged into the Tempest, but I am going to try to eat a Tree Revenant right now. 1 Tree Revenant gets 8, and you get to pick.
Okay.
And then he's going to hold on to his butt because he's got 7 wounds on him, and the Arch Revenant is pissed. We went for defense over offense because I was fighting into him earlier with the White Dragon, so go nuts.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to use my last command point to all-out attack him.
Okay.
So this is going to be 2s and 3s.
Okay.
I'll hit. Oh no! I dropped every single attack. But he does have a little bug on his back with some tail pincers. He gets D3 attacks, which will be 1. And this will be 3s and 3s, hit, and wound. So I've got only 1 attack coming at you. Ren 0.
Okay, he's good
saved.
on a 6.
Ah, nice job.
Ionus is not a brawler, so he's just going to pick on the Tree Revenant squad.
And they have an ability on them where they can get a +1 save per battle round, so they're going to pick that.
Okay, sounds good. So we're going to use the Soul Breaker first. This is going to be 4 attacks, 3s and 3s. Everything hits, and then trays. You got 2 saves at -1, good stuff.
Okay, that'll go back to my normal save, which is a 5. Save 1, 1 goes through. How much damage?
That is going to be 1 goes through.
1 goes through.
2 damage.
Okay.
So we're going to fight with the Ancient Claws now. This is 5 attacks, 3s, 3s, -2, 2. Okay, everything hits. And then trays. 1 at -2.
All right, looking for 6s. Goes through.
2 damage.
Okay.
We're going to fight last with our Time-Worn Fangs. This is 2 attacks, 3s, 3s, -3, 3. Okay, 3s. 1, -3.
I can't save it.
That'll be 3 damage.
Okay. And he's the champ, so he's going to be fighting with his Protector Glaive. So these are going to be 4s and 3s.
Okay.
1 hits, and 1 wounds for Rend 1.
We're good? Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to finish up with my Black Dragons. I'm going to pile over and away from 3 inches from Belthanos. I want to kill this whole unit. As much as I want to try to get Belthanos, this seems like the play. So we're going to do that. Okay, since these dragons made a charge with their lances, they're going to be -2, 2 on their lance attacks, and that's the same as the mount attack, so we're going to roll them all at the same time. This is 15 attacks, 3s, 3s, -2, 2. Drop 4 of those. We got the same profile as Boingrot Bounders, and they're like twice as many points.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 saves at -2 into your Kernoffies.
Okay, looking for 5s. Save 3. How much damage each?
2 apiece.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Okay, let's go ahead and get onto the main cam here so we can do 1 bravery. You've got 1 bravery over there on those 4 dudes.
Okay, they have a 6-up bravery. Nope, they're gone.
Okay, that was going to be gruesome no matter what happened with the roll-off. It just happened to go in the direction of the dragons. So let's go ahead and snap off, score up, and then Jeremy is going to go next. All right, we are back from that turn. That was a very long and bloody combat phase. We did some work, but there's still some play coming out of the Sylvaneth army, so we're going to get into it. The score currently is 15-8. I have 2 primal dice and 1 command point. I did find a Stour with Ionus because I'm about to get clap back. And then, Jeremy, you did try to get a command point. And then you have 2 primal dice and 1 command point.
Correct.
Okay, great. So it's going to be an honest turn. Not going to be doing any shenanigans because we don't have very many command points, but we'll get right into it. What is your battle tactic?
All right, my battle tactic is going to be out of the Sylvaneth book, and it's called Eradicate Trespassers. And you just have to pick 1 enemy unit within 6 inches of a friendly Awakened Wildwood, and you complete this battle tactic if that unit is destroyed during this turn. Let's cast Mystic Shield.
Okay.
Onto Belthanos. So I'm going to do Spellslinger through the trees and kind of get Mystic Shield onto him.
Okay.
All right, that is a 5, 6, 7, 8.
I am going to try to unbind that one. Nope, you can have it.
Okay. You know what? I might as well. We're going to do Spite Swarm.
Okay.
And we're going to come out of this tree so I can hit your whole army. And let's just hope I don't roll a 1, because I really want to juice this up with primals.
Unleash the swarm of spites.
I couldn't have asked for a better roll.
Throw a primal at it.
My friends, I rolled a natural 12 with +1, that's 13. And if I can get a 6, it's going to auto cast. Or you know what? It just auto cast when I use a primal. That's right.
Okay, so you get to roll 12 dice for every unit.
And we each go up a primal.
Yep, so I'm up to 3 primal, and you are back to 2.
And I get to roll 12 dice.
Yep, so we're going to resolve all of these mortal wounds, and then we'll be back to tell you how many mortal wounds you did. All right, so you see a couple less dragons on the board. Jeremy completed his battle tactic by killing the white dragon, and he did 6 mortal wounds into the black dragon squad, so 1 of those died. Krondus took 5 mortal wounds, and then Ionus took 2 mortal wounds because he was standing on mystical terrain. Okay, any other hero phase stuff for you to do?
I think no. So I think we can go right into movement.
We'll be back.
All right, so Belthanos moved over here. I got within 3 inches of this dragon, which you correctly redeployed, and you got a pretty good redeploy.
Yep.
The reason why I'm going after that black dragon is because your grand strat is you need to keep 3 dragons alive.
Yep.
And so I really want to lift that dragon.
Yep, really good idea.
I retreated out the Archrev. He's not going to be able to attack, but I really need that +1 to wound bubble. So I moved him there.
Okay, and then over here?
I teleported those tree revs. They're a little wonky because what I'm trying to do is that terrain piece is just touching that objective.
Yeah.
So I just got wobbly base thing. He's on that, but they're all on that terrain for a +1 save cover. Then I needed to get my general out of that little corner. He did some great work there, but he came out of this overgrown terrain. He's wholly within 9 of it, and he's just touching this objective and making sure that even if David wins the priority, that he'd have to get a 12-inch charge with Krondis if he tries to go after my general.
Absolutely. So we don't have any shooting to do, so let's get lined up for the charges. Okay, let's charge.
Okay, what are we looking at here? So I think we're looking at a 5-inch charge.
Okay.
So got that extra command point for a reroll if I fail this. He's in with a 9.
9's good. Let's try to make you -1 to wound on a 3-up.
Okay.
Okay, so you're on your normal wound profile.
Okay. I've got 4 attacks. These are going to be 2s and 3s with your -1 and then my +1. So he'll be on his bracket. So 2s and 3s. 3 hit. Oh, and only 1 wounds.
1 wound, -3.
-3.
He takes it.
That is 3 damage.
Okay, he's got 7 wounds left. Or I'm sorry, 2 wounds left.
2 wounds left. Okay. Some razor-like mandibles. These are 4 attacks. These are going to be 3s and 3s. You're really making me work for this, man. 2 hit, and we've got 2 wounds. So I've got 2 coming at you, Ren 2.
5s. He's dead.
Yes.
Nice job.
Thank you, sir.
And then would you like to strike and fade?
I would like to strike and fade. I got to think about where I want to put him. So we'll be right back.
Sounds good. All right, we are back from a very commanding turn from the Sylvaneth. You were able to complete your battle tactic and hold 1-2 more.
Yeah.
And effectively steal my grand strat away from me. So that was a big swing right there. It is 13-15 right now because you had 8 points before. And we are going to get into a very important roll-off. Now, Belthanos did strike and fade over here, edge this objective. He's got the War Song here and the Tree Revenants on the outer flank. Let's roll off.
Okay.
Good luck to you, Jeremy.
Good luck to you as well.
Okay.
Nice roll.
5.
And another 5. I
break
think you break ties.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
dude, this is a priority you needed to win.
All right, we'll be back for the top of Battle Round 4, Dragons. All right, we are back for the top of Battle Round 4. We did some pre-hero phase stuff. We have 2 Primal Dice.
Yep.
I have 2 command points to your 3.
Got my 3.
I did Finest Hour with Krondus, and you did Finest Hour with Belthanos.
Correct.
So my battle tactic is going to be Cleansing Strike. Pick 2 objectives that are contested by enemy units, the center one and the one that Belthanos and the Tree Revs are standing on. You complete this tactic if there are no enemy units contesting either objective at the end of this turn. So kill everything is what I have to do. It's a tall order, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to auto-cast a prayer for Ionus, and it is going to be the Chain Lightning prayer. So we're going to do D3 mortal wounds to Belthanos.
Okay.
Okay, 3 mortal wounds to Belthanos.
5 upward. Save 2 of those, so 1 goes through.
Okay. It is now going to arc to the Revenants on a 3-up. It does, and the Revenants are going to take 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do some casting. We're going to do Aether Void Pendulum. That is a 7. I'm going to leave it on a 7.
You're going to leave it on a 7.
Yep.
All right, going to do some unbinding with the War Song. That's an 8.
Okay, sounds good. And then I'm going to do Atavistic Tempest for a -1 to save into Belthanos. Let's see what we get. That is a 9. I am going to throw a Primal Dice at it. That is a 14.
I think you should throw another one.
I think I should throw another one too. 14. You've got 3d6 plus 1. I'll leave it at the 14.
Okay, we got 14. Let's see what I can do. That's a 7, 8, 9, and what is that? 6, 7, 8. That's 15.
Okay, well, you foiled my plans. Okay, didn't get any spells off. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and get into movement, and then we will see what happens. Okay, Ionus has moved 14 inches and was within 3 of both Belthanos and the Tree Revenants. Jeremy threw a massive 6-inch redeploy, so he was 9 inches away from Ionus, and then I moved Krondus within 3 to mount a charge. And there's his 1 unit that I'll never catch, and there's his other unit I'll never catch. So let's go ahead and get set up for shooting. All right, Krondus is going to shoot his fire breath into Belthanos.
Yes.
Makes the most sense. That is D6 mortal
good roll.
wounds for 6.
Oh, that's what you needed, and I've got a 5 upward, so hopefully I can negate some of those, and I negate 2, so he's going to take 4 on top of his 6 that he has, so he's going to go to a 10.
Ionus! He's going to shoot his 9 attacks into Belthanos.
Okay, I'm going to all-out defense.
Okay, you're +2 to your save, and these are -2, so you're going to be on
+3 to my save.
+3, so you're going to be on 2s. This is 3s and 3s. All right, make 4 2-up saves.
All right. 1 goes through. Goes through.
Okay, he has suffered 11. Okay, shooting's done. Gotta do 3 wounds to Belthanos. Let's charge. 8's good. Okay, Ionus is going to charge. Let's see what he gets. 7?
Yeah.
I'll take the 7. I'm gonna go ahead and roar the big bug.
Yeah.
Roar's good.
Okay.
Then I am gonna go ahead and let's stomp. Stomp's good. 1 mortal wound into your tree revs.
Okay. I'm gonna roar at Crondies.
Okay.
Roared.
Roared. Okay. Ionus is going to fight with his big neg-3 rend attacks into Belthanos. Everything else is going into the tree revs.
Okay. I'm gonna use the tree revs once per battle round, +1 save.
Okay. Is your heart pumping, dude? This is a good
Yeah,
game.
this is
Shit,
this
dude.
is absolutely down to the wire.
Yeah.
All you need is 3 wounds and Belthanos is dead.
So let's do the time-worn fangs. This is into Belthanos. This is 3s, 3s, -3, 3. Both hit, both wound. So neg-3, you're +2 to your save, so you're on 4s.
4s. Save 1, 1 goes through. How much damage?
It's 3.
3. 5 up ward. Save 1.
Okay,
2
you got
go
a
through.
wound left.
Wound left.
Let's do the Ancient Claws first. This is going to be 3s, 3s, -2, 2. Three at -2, so you're on a base up, or a 4-up base.
They're 5 ups normally.
Oh, okay, so you're
Yeah.
on a 5-up base.
Yeah. So 3.
3 at, yep.
Okay. Save 2.
Okay.
1 goes through. How much damage?
2 damage.
Okay.
Okay, and then finally he's gonna fight with Soulbreaker. This is 4 attacks, 3s, 3s. 3 hits, 3 wounds, -1, so you're on your 4-up save.
4 up save. Save them all.
Okay, cool. Every single attack from Belthanos is going into Crondies. He's -1 to his attacks.
Yep.
Okay, so
And then, am I roared?
you are roared.
Okay. This works out in my favor. We'll see. It does not. I'm going to do the razor-like mandibles. These are going to be 3s and 2s. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I've got 1 coming at you, Ren 2.
He saves it.
He saves it.
Okay, so we're going to do the Calamitous Tail and the Drake Lord's Talons first. This is going to be 4 attacks combined because there's only 1 tail attack. There's only 1 model. This is going to be 3s and 2s. Three at -2, so you're
Okay.
+2, you're on your
my
base.
So 3 up. 1 goes through. How much damage?
2.
5 up. Save 1.
Okay, that gets
1
him.
goes through. That gets him.
All right, so we've got 1 more activation here. The Tree Revenants are going to fight Mr. Ionus.
Okay. So the champion's going to go with his Protector Glaive.
We'll throw in a lot of defense
yeah.
while you're looking.
So this was going to be 4s and 3s. 1 hit. Nope, no thing to wound. And then I've got 2 other guys there. So this is going to be 4s and 3s. All hit. And 3 wounds. So I got 3 coming at you. Ren 1.
He's good. Okay. Okay, so the only way I can complete my battle tactic here is if Jeremy fails Battle Shock with a 6, because he cannot use Inspiring Presence when Ionus is within 12 inches of him. On a 4+, models will flee, but he's got 2 on there, so the last model he pulls can be the one contesting the objective. So let's go ahead and roll a dice and see what happens.
It's a 1.
Okay, so you're good.
Yep.
I'll fail my battle tactic. I do hold 3 objectives presently, so I'm going to get 3 points.
Okay.
So we will snap off, and we will be right back to get into Jeremy's turn. We are back from my turn. That was a 3-point turn for
Nice
me.
job.
So-
Nice job.
Thank you. I worked very hard for that 3 points.
Yes, you did.
So the score is 18 to 13. and we are getting into the Sylvaneth turn. I have 2 command points. You have 1, and then did you get 1 with your roll?
I did not.
Okay.
I just went up 1 because the general.
Okay,
Yep.
and then I did heroic recovery on Krondus. We don't have any primal dice here, so we're going to go ahead and get into Jeremy's turn. What are you going to do for your battle tactic?
All right, the battle tactic I'm going to do is, what's the one where you cast a spell and not have it be unbound? What's that one called?
Magical Dominance.
Magical Dominance. I'm going to do Magical Dominance. The artifact I brought is the Vespral Gem, and I bring it just for this case. So I'm going to cast Verdant Blessing.
Okay.
I auto-cast it. It can't be unbound, but as a penalty, I'm going to roll a dice, and on a 1, I'll take D3 mortals, which I don't.
Fine.
So battle tactic complete.
Okay, great.
And I think we're going to go into the movement phase.
Let's do it. Jeremy, you've completed your movement phase. You moved a mighty 5 inches away from me.
Yep, retreated those tree revs out.
Okay.
Arch Revenant auto ran, and I want to stay 9 inches away from Crondy, so he didn't do a redeploy. And I'm going to tag this point here.
Yep.
Then my War Song over here, he walked the hidden paths through the overgrown terrain over there, came out this tree, so I could tag this objective as well.
Yep, so he's holding 2, and he's completed his battle tactic for 4 points.
Yep.
And I'm guessing that you're not going to charge me.
No, this has been a crazy game, David, and I've only got 3 little small units of Sylvaneth, and I don't know how I'm surviving this long. This is insane.
Yeah, you're doing great. I was just happy to get rid of Belthanos and make it a little bit harder for you to win this game. So let's snap off, and we'll get on to the roll-off. All right, Sylvaneth have completed their turn. You scored 4 points.
I did.
You hold 1, 2, but not more, and you completed your battle tactic of cast a spell. So the score is now 17 to 18, and we're getting into a roll-off. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Good luck to you, Jeremy.
Good
you
luck
played
to
one
you,
hell
man.
of a game.
Whatever happens, man, this has been a blast.
All right, let's go. That's a 6. I break ties.
There you go, buddy.
All right.
There you go.
All right. We will be back for the top of Battle Round 5, Dragons. Jeremy, I thought this was over after the top of Battle Round 3 when I killed 3/4 of your army, but we're still playing. So let's go. I have 2 command points and 1 primal dice.
Okay.
You have 1 primal dice and 3 command points.
Correct.
And we are going to call out my battle tactic. Battle tactic is to kill a unit with magic, and I'm going to try to kill those tree revs over there. You've got 6 wounds in that unit.
Yes.
I did heroic recovery for no reason. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And then you did finest hour on the war song, because if I do kill that unit with magic without having to commit an arcane bolt to it, then I can make a beeline for the general and deny your grand. So we're going to go ahead and do some things. Before we do casting, we are going to auto cast a prayer from Ionus, and he's going to do D3 mortal wounds into the tree revs.
You got it.
Okay, so that's 1. We've done 1 damage so far. Now we are going to do the Aether Void Pendulum.
Yes.
This casts on a 6, I believe. Let's roll it first, and then we'll just see. That is a 9.
That's a 9 with a 1.
I am going to throw my primal at it. Okay. So now that is a 12.
12. All right. War Song coming at you. Oh, couldn't have rolled worse.
You got to re-roll, but you
do have
can't
a
add
reroll,
a
but I
primal
can't
to a
use the
reroll.
primals.
So you have to roll a nat 12 to stop it.
I think it does make sense to do the reroll.
Okay.
And then I'll, not use my primal. Yeah, he goes off.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and cast a arcane bolt now, and that goes off on a 10.
Okay. Okay, a little bit better. That's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I will use my primal.
Okay.
And there we go, unbound.
Okay. So that's unbound. Now we're done with casting. We're gonna move the Aether Void. On a 2-up, D6 mortal wounds. No!
Oh, yes.
Okay. So that was pretty good. We are now going to get into my movement phase, and I have to try to clap the Warsong Revenant, because that's the only way I can win this game. So we'll be back to show you what I did. We have completed my movement phase. I stayed here with my Ionus Cryptborn. He is going to creep down and kill some tree revenants that just did not want to go down in the hero phase, which is fine. Krondus moved 14. He could have gotten within 8 for a charge with the Revenant, but we're going to try for a 9-inch charge instead because I don't want to trigger a redeploy. So we're going to get set up for some shooting, and then we're going to hopefully get to the finale of this battle. Okay, Ionus Cryptborn is going to shoot in the Tree Revenants, and they're going to do their once per battle all-out defense. This is 3s and 3s. And 3s. Okay, so make 6 6-up saves.
Okay. Because that's normally a Ren 2 attack, right?
Correct.
Okay. Looking for 6s, and no, I did not receive any.
Okay.
Is that 1 each? So that wipes the unit.
Okay.
All right, this is the moment.
Krondus is going to flame you first. That's for D3 mortals.
Okay.
For 2.
For 2, I have a 4-up ward. Save 1, 1 goes through.
Okay. All right, this is for all the biscuits and gravy. I've got a 9-inch charge to make. Let's see what happens. That's an 11.
That's an 11.
So
nice job.
You're going to go in. I can't reliably do damage into you with a stomp because you have a 4-up ward. So I am going to roar you instead, so you can't further stack your save. So that will be my monstrous. Roar's good.
Okay.
And then we're going to pop a command point for all-out attack. Okay, let's start with the Apex Maw. This is going to be 2s and 2s. Okay.
Okay.
1 at -2.
All right, I'll ignore one of those, so it turns into a 6-up save. Goes through. How much damage is that?
2.
All right, 4-up ward.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3.
3. I save both of those, and 1 goes through.
Okay. Okay, and then we've got Drake Lord's Talons and the Tail. This is 4 attacks, 2s and 3s. We're just putting these 2 profiles together because they're the same. 2s. Okay. I don't think we're going to kill the War Song and 3s.
No.
1 save at -2.
Okay, puts me to a 6.
Okay.
Saved it.
Nice job. All right, that was a phenomenal game. We're going to do some quick math hammer off camera, and we will be back to give you the final score. All right, we are here for the wrap-up. After turn 5, when I got my charge on the general but was unable to seal the deal, that meant that Jeremy was able to score 6 points, holding 1-2 more in the final turn, bringing the final score to 21-23 Sylvaneth. So that was a fantastic game,
Dude,
Jeremy.
what a wonderful game.
Well played. I did exactly what this army's supposed to do. I set up for a double. I maximized it. I mean, I did like 1,200 points of damage in my turn. You fired back, killed a couple. You killed Karazai in the combat phase in 3, and then in your turn, you were able to lift a couple dragons and finish off my 3rd unit, which I needed to get my grand strategy. You did some clever board placement to continue holding objectives as I was moving around the board, and I had to make some risky plays. One being kill 2 units off of 2 contested objectives, very hard. The other one being try to kill a unit that has 6 wounds in it with magic when my only damage output is coming from 1 caster. So very tricky game.
Yeah.
It was amazing and fun, very back and forth. I want to talk about Belthanos and the Sylvaneth first. Tell me about some kind of highlights, lowlights, MVPs, and LVPs for you today.
All right. Well, Belthanos is an amazing piece. When I saw his rules come out, I was super excited because I felt like it was a piece that the Sylvaneth army needed with Battle Mage going away from the Cities book.
Yeah.
You know, like my list that I was doing some really good work with had this Fight Swarm Hive and Battle Mage, and I really wanted to test this out and go, what if I don't have those anymore? If I just have him and he's got the run and charge, and this is the 2nd game I played with him. Was super impressed with him. He did what needed to be done and had a fantastic time playing him. There was one thing that, looking back, I kind of questioned myself when I had those scythes strike and fade. I put them up as a screen, and thinking back, maybe I shouldn't have had a screen, and I had those tree revs already protecting Belthanos. I should have put them back behind something and let you go into my bows, so then they could do the counterpunch. Because man, when you took out most of my size with Karazai, I was really hurting.
Yep.
I don't think I had a unit that I felt like underperformed or anything like that, but I think that was a misplay with the size that, you know, you live, you learn, you play. I think I should have done better with them. But yeah, you know, Warsong Revs always a great general.
Yep.
Doing those mortal wounds really helped kind of whittle your army down. Tree Revs, again, great for capturing those objectives. The Carnoth Hunters with bows didn't do as much as I was kind of hoping for because you had such high saves.
Yeah,
so
having armor saves and mystical terrain, mystic shield, all that kind of stuff. And I just had some hot rolls against some of that shooting. But yeah, your army performed really, really well. I really enjoy the Skywing. It was very fun. Huge one that made a very big difference was I forgot to reduce attacks into Karazai for 2 combat phases, and he died. So had he survived on a couple of wounds, I think that would have made a big difference. But I'll tell you, get a couple more games under my belt with this. It's a very fearsome army, and I'm going to really have a lot of fun bringing it out again because I think that it can play into a lot of different lists. I have some work to do. It was very fun to get this stuff painted and get it out to you guys. We really, really hope that you enjoyed it. Please do like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff, because I really appreciate Jared and Jeremy putting in the hard work to get this second studio up and running. And we want to get you lots of really good content, so please share with your community. And thank you so much for the game, man.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see you and Jared duking it out in the next couple weeks when you're filming your battle report. So that's it for today. We will see you real soon for another battle report. Thank you to all of our members for supporting this channel, especially the Lords and Commanders. If you're interested in extra battle reports and helping to support this channel, hit the link in the description box below. Go check out our channel partners, Baron of Dice and Grey Matter Games. They have some amazing products. There will be promo codes and links in the description box below.